Hey, what's going on, everybody? GG here. We're going to be doing a quick desktop recording of this PC that I have for sale. First things first, we're just going to go through the system specs here, validate all the hardware with third-party and Windows software, and then we're going to go through some of the apps that will still be on this PC once I take all of my personal files off of it. This is my main rig that I use on the daily, so everything's stable, works very, very well, no problems. I take good care of my equipment, so let's get right into it. First things first, this is the Intel Core i7-6700K. It's clocked at 4.0 gigahertz. I have it overclocked to 4.4 gigahertz, which we'll see in a few minutes. It's stable, perfectly fine, renders everything perfect. We got 16 gigs of RAM and Windows 10 Pro version 1803, so it's the latest and greatest. It is an activated, legit copy of Windows 10. We can look at Open Hardware Monitor here. It's a third-party app, and we'll validate all the hardware, and we can also see some of the temperatures and stuff here. If you're running a game and you want to see all of your stats, they're all here. But here we go, Intel Core i7-6700K, 40 degrees Celsius, and in idle, basically. Well, we're not technically in idle. We're running a program here called OBS to record this video, but as you can see, it really doesn't affect the CPU GPU at all. There's plenty of power to go around for plenty of all kinds of apps and video rendering and such. So we can see our memory here, 16 gigs of RAM, 1066 gig graphics card, and then our hard disks right here. These two hard disks that are currently installed, these aren't going to be the hard disks that come with the PC. The PC is going to come with a 120 gig SSD from Kingston, as well as a 500 gigabyte Western Digital Blue storage drive. Here we have the device manager. We can see that this is a GeForce GTX 1066 gig and the i7-6700K. I like to just these are the apps that I use to validate hardware when I'm buying it. So I like to show these same apps when I go to sell it as well. So you just make sure you're getting what you're paying for. We have the Intel Core i7-6700K, the Asus Prime Z270 AR motherboard, 16 gigs DDR4 and dual channel, 1066 gig from MSI, and that's just to validate all the hardware there. Now we're going to quickly go through some of the apps that are going to be on this PC. We got Photoshop, we got Office here. It's kind of like Microsoft Office, but it's called LibreOffice. It's basically just a free version of it. Free version of Photoshop here. I use this to touch up all my photos and make my YouTube thumbnails. It's really good, solid Photoshop. I use it to do all kinds of graphic design and such like that. So moving along, we have Kdenlive. This is a video editing software. I use this to make my YouTube videos. We also have Audacity. I use this to kind of fine-tune my audio. If I want to cut and edit some audio or do some voiceovers, I'll use Audacity to do that. VLC Media Player is just the default media player for this system. It's third-party software. I prefer it over Windows Media Player. It just plays all kinds of file formats. It doesn't bug out on me. It's pretty much the best. A lot of people use it. We have our file browsers here, or excuse me, our web browsers, and on them I have uBlock Origin. These are just to kind of block ads on YouTube or any website. You're not gonna run into ads, and it's also kind of like a layer of protection to protect you from clicking on something that might give you a virus. Moving along, we have the sound control here. I like to keep that on the taskbar, the task manager as well, and our file browser, so that we can all of our local files, we can access everything right there on the taskbar. That's about it. A lot of these are just game launchers here. Depending on what games you play and install, you can go ahead and get all your launchers and stuff. That's not going to be, these aren't going to, well, I have Steam on there, but these aren't going to be on the PC once I sell it to you. But yeah, when I set up the PCs, I get rid of all the bloatware and stuff like that, like the Candy Crush and all this advertisements they Windows 10 tries to push to you. I set it up to where they can't really do that, or take those options away. Um, but yeah, that's basically it for this PC. It's also going to have a launchbox on it. Launchbox is a front end for game emulators. I currently don't have it on the hard drives that are installed here, but the hard drives that I do install into the PC once I sell it will have launchbox on there, and it's basically just a front end. I have a video of launchbox on one of my PC build videos on my channel. I'll go ahead and link it in the description so that you can check out the launchbox. It's like the second half of the video, so you can kind of see what launchbox is. But that's it for now, guys. Thanks for checking it out. I have several of these going up for all the PCs that I have for sale, so stay tuned for that. We'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.